Welcome to another Co-Captain's Commentary. You may have joined us on our previous Co-Captain's Commentary on the motion picture Star Trek. We are continuing our series with now what is arguably the best, some might say the best Trek movie of all time, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. So we're going to sync us up at 0000 right now. As soon as I'm going to give a countdown, 1, 2, 3, play. Then we're going to go from there. I am Captain Vactor. I'm joined, as always, in the co-captain's chair by Captain Shaw. How you doing, Captain Shaw?
Hey, I'm doing really, really good. I'm super excited about this. And one quick thing for our listeners. We are watching specifically, just so that we're in alignment, we're watching the director's cut. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan director's cut. It's an hour and 56 minutes. So if you have a version that you're about to watch that's slightly different from that, then you're going to want to make sure you're watching ours because we don't want there to be some weird thing where it gets out of sync. We want you to have the perfect viewing and listening experience.
Oh, yeah. So I have my hand, I got my finger on the trigger. Everybody out there, get ready. 1, 2, 3, play. All right, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Now, this movie came out in 1982, the year I was born, Shaw.
Ooh, it was the year before I was born.
Oh, yeah. Also the year of E.T.
Oh, there's the music.
So this movie I've seen once before.
Only once?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen this movie. This is probably the first Star Trek movie that I saw. Obviously not in theaters, but just like that my uncle had gotten me into Star Trek and he was like, you need to watch this. And so this was the show that we watched first. It was probably on TV or something at that point. This movie is such a stark difference from the first motion picture. It's crazy. It's crazy that this is the sequel to the motion picture because this is the movie. Motion picture is not the movie, in my opinion.
This is what they should have done to begin with.
Yeah. This is what set the standard going forward for everything else. So, I love this movie. I'm going to have a tough time trying to find, things to poke fun at of this movie. Whereas the last time around, I felt like every scene was just one joke after another for us.
Right. And the director who did this director's cut is Nicholas Meyer.
Yep, Nicholas Meyer. From what I remember reading about him with trivia and stuff, he got some serious death threats related to this movie because some plot elements had come out and people were not happy about it, and so like he had to fear for his life with this one. Also, I think that him and William Shatner did not get along super well.
Whoa.
And so it was hard to get the read that he wanted specifically from William Shatner sometimes on dialogue. And he would have like special tactics he would do to get the right read out. It happens. I know there's definitely one spot where it really happens where, well, I don't want to spoil. I shouldn't spoil the movie, right? We should probably
Shatner not getting
spoil
along
it as it
with
happens.
somebody?
I'll tell you what, when it happens, I'll point it out.
Okay. And he also went on to direct Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, and Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country.
I guess we can thank Nicholas Meyer for the even numbered films being really good.
I didn't even think about that. Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley. Here we go, the Kobayashi Maru.
Ooh-wee. Is this the first time it's mentioned, or is it in the original series?
No, this is the first time it's mentioned. This is ironic for me because I was just getting caught up on Prodigy, and they had an episode devoted to the Kobayashi Maru, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. You know what's funny? For me, the first time I heard, or I guess, yeah, it was the first time. The Chris Pine Star Trek, the first new Star Trek. That was the first time I heard it.
Oh, that was the first time you heard
Yeah.
it. Okay. Yeah, it was interesting to see it that way because then you're getting really to see how Kirk did it, right?
Yeah, right.
Granted, it was their version, but it was cool to see how Kirk manipulated the
Yes.
system rather than just hearing that he had done it.
Right. So the last movie we were in the 70s, now we're in the 80s. Sulu's
The
face.
change in uniforms was I think directly related to how everyone felt very uncomfortable about the last uniforms and how form-fitting they were and how they had to wear girdles and stuff. Like, so
Oh,
these
wow.
costumes were a lot more forgiving on the figure.
They all had that collar. Whoa.
So, interesting bit of trivia. This is actually the only movie of the first 10 Star Trek movies that does not have Klingons in it.
Oh, wow.
At all. And that footage of the Klingons was actually reused from the first movie
Hey.
of the ships.
Whoa.
Oh, my back.
They went all out on the smoke.
All hands abandon ship.
She sure is calm.
What a great entrance for
Yes.
Captain Kirk. Love that.
I've already forgotten the first movie. Was he an admiral in the first movie?
No, he wasn't.
Okay. See, this should have been on the holodeck. They shouldn't be doing a simulation like this with live actors.
Doesn't exist in the original series. I thought it was a shame that Kirstie Alley did not continue on as
Right.
Saavik in Star Trek 3 and 4.
Was it a contract thing, or do we know?
I don't know. Maybe just she was becoming a really big deal. I don't know. This was like right off of her Cheers fame.
Yeah.
Aren't you dead?
Even in space, they need janitors.
Yeah, right. Still buffering the floors.
So, did you see this first before you saw the original series episode with Khan?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The space seat episode, that's definitely one I've probably only seen once or twice. And I only went back because I was like, I need to have some context on this whole con thing.
Right. And that was myself as well. And actually, the reason I was watching this was to get prepared for the Benedict Cumberbatch con.
Right.
So I ended up
And
watching Space Seed.
Man,
and
that was
this.
so frustrating. Not that I
Yeah.
didn't like him as Khan, but I didn't like that that at that time Star Trek didn't want to acknowledge that he was Khan.
Right. Well, they even lied.
And also, he
in
wasn't
the-
even the first one that they had cast. He originally it was, I think, Efren Ramirez, which would have been a really different
Ooh.
take, and I would have been really excited for that as Khan. And they went with Benedict Cumberbatch, and I just think that didn't really work.
I remember them lying specifically. Like people asked him, "Are you Khan?" No, I'm not. Whoa,
They're about to have some Romulan ale.
nice.
I've had Romulan ale before. Is gross.
Looks like blue milk.
Blue milk is also gross.
Bones is wearing his space chaps. And Bones look 400 years old. Is that how you looked, Shaw, when you were drinking it?
Right. You can't tell how I'm reacting when I take a drink.
Thank you, Bones. You still got those pointed sideburns.
Interestingly enough, those glasses that he gets from McCoy, he sells those in Star Trek 4
Oh, dang.
when they go back in time so he can get some cash.
Ooh.
And McCoy's like, "What the heck? I gave you those as a gift." He's like, "Well, that's the beauty of it. It's time travel. You'll still give them to me." Rules and regulations. He's like, "Oh, thank you. I can finally say how I feel." I was at what was it called? Half Price Books, and I picked up a little bit of a Star Trek haul. I found some cool figures, Lita and Ben Sisko. But one of the ones I didn't get that I should have gotten was the Next Generation version of McCoy. I think he's in like the first episode or something like that, if I recall. But he briefly appears and he's like super duper old. I was like, I don't know if I really want an old guy in my collection. But in retrospect, I should have done it.
So Shatner was 51 when this was filmed. Every movie, the crew kind of scattered and they all have to come back together.
Is every movie like that?
Yeah.
Good question. I think they all kind of like how Lower Decks has like the A and B plots. I'm sure there's to some degree like that, but on different ships. Not every movie. Not every movie.
I think this was
Okay, so this regular one, that was a repurposed thing as well. That was also in the first Star Trek film, but repurposed and put upside down, I believe, or something like that.
They're like, we spent so much money on that first one.
Do you
Gotta get our
recognize this
money's-
whole set from Lower Decks in the one of the recent episodes? The Crisis Point 2.
Oh,
They all have those uniforms on.
Oh, yes.
And it takes place at a facility that basically looks just like this, too.
Ah.
I hate this guy. I hate David Marcus. If there's anyone I can't stand in this movie, it's him. He's such a little mama's boy.
I don't like that he has two different sleeves. And a kangaroo pouch. Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
And we've even seen the impact of Khan in Star Trek Picard, in Strange New Worlds.
Have we seen that?
I think there's been the seeds of Project Khan in Picard, and
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's the beginnings of it. So Khan being a genetically engineered and like enhanced person was basically like the reason for the eugenics wars.
Yeah.
It was the genetically modified people thinking that they were supermen and thinking that they should conquer the world.
And didn't they reference that in Strange New Worlds at one point? I feel like they said something about the eugenics war or something.
Yeah, they mention it. I don't know how deep they get into it, but they definitely mention it.
And how many years do we know from Space Seed to this, as far as in-universe years? Did they ever say?
Oh, how long that they were stranded? Oh, that's a good question. Jeez, I don't know.
There's a trivia question.
I'll bet you it comes up in the dialogue. 20, 30 years?
Oh. It's like The Martian.
I like his delivery on that. What the hell is that?
Playboy.
Botany Bay? Oh, no.
Dang.
Oh, snap.
His waveform's not looking right, Shaw.
Nope. He's
Yeah,
clipping.
he is.
He's clipping.
Oh, snap. It's Michael Jackson. Look at this. One glove.
Oh, boy. I never forget a face.
Remember me? Warriors come out to play.
Mr. Chekhov. This is going to be a hard movie for me to not quote. So many great moments.
Criminal. Uh, 15.
15. There you go.
Now, the Space Seed episode aired 1967.
1967. Wow.
Yeah, February 16, 1967. And then this movie came out in 82. This was such a great idea for a film to come out of
Yeah.
that original episode.
Yeah, when you mine stuff from like the prior episodes, that's brilliant. I gotta say though, like Chekhov and his crew, like they should not have been in this system at all. Like their whole purpose is they're searching for a planet that they can use to test Genesis on. Like that's what their mission is. You would think that if they purposely stranded a war criminal like Khan on a planet, that system would have like a flag
Right.
in the computers to be like, we're getting dangerously close to where Khan lives and all of his people.
And they would get, for sure, they would get a notification from the computer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like in thinking about it now, it's like he shouldn't even have been in the SETI Alpha system, let alone whatever planet. Like he should have just gone to another system. There's like an endless amount of systems out there. This is space we're talking about. There's at least 4 quadrants. They're looking for an uninhabited planet with no life. Like, I mean, it's for the purpose of this movie, of course, they had to come here. But like, you think about it, like, would they really have gone to the neighboring planet where Khan lives?
Right. Dang. It's getting hot in there.
Armadillo.
Dang. Man, that's just somebody's hand. That's a puppet. Ew.
tell you what, this upcoming ear scene, gross. It's enough to give you nightmares. Cerebral cortex.
Dang.
They really got his character sweating a lot.
It's getting hot in here. Oh, dang.
Nope.
Sick. Ew.
He's like, okay, now do the Macarena. He's like, I can't help it. I have to.
What are the winning space lotto numbers? Tell me. Yay.
Oh, here we go. Another sweeping shot of the Enterprise.
Now, is this also from the first film? Is this leftover footage? Does the Enterprise look any different?
I think there's people floating around again. Is that just what a director's cut means? They just add more floating men.
Yeah.
There's not enough floating men in this one.
Look at the majesty. You can tell this one, the pace is much quicker.
This should be the same ship. It should, because they don't get a refit until after the events of, like at the end of Star Trek 4.
Okay.
That's when they get the Enterprise A. Now, granted, the bridge probably does look different, just because they, from a set design, decided to change it. So, in a deleted scene, I believe that character they just introduced, Peter Preston, is supposed to be Scotty's like nephew or something, like his youngest nephew. Like there's actually like a familial connection within the like the characters themselves.
And they decided that was an interesting plot line.
I don't know why they took it out. Sleemy Bapa Pucka. I don't remember this scene. This must be one of the deleted scenes.
Huh. A little bit of, is this foreshadowing for the ending?
Yeah, this is the deleted scene.
Nice.
The word is given. McCoy's like, how am I supposed to join you on that elevator? It's going to get real close.
Very impractical.
Put the lights on. Somebody forgot to put the lights on. Oh, it's nice and dim, just like you remember.
I remember this like it was yesterday.
Looks different. He's like, but I just want to know, do I still have a chair where the headpiece pops out? That's all I want. As if she's the one piloting the ship. She's just giving orders.
Is she a fan favorite character, or do the fans not like her?
I don't know how. I mean, I personally didn't love her character. I was kind of indifferent about her. I mean, she goes on to have like a relationship with Kirk's son, David.
Oh, dang. Do we see many cosplays of her? Throughout the conventions?
What's that?
Do we see many cosplays of her?
Oh, no, I can't say I have.
There he is.
He's like, hold on, wait a minute. We didn't fill up. We're still done. We're still working on it.
That was Boimler's dad.
I like how they're like, have you ever piloted out a space dock? Just go forward? Is that right? You just got to press the forward button. Like, how complicated is this? Just make sure there's no floating men in the way.
Afterwards, congratulations. You still haven't. You did nothing.
Let's see what she's got.
Oh my. The real pilot.
I love when McCoy just stares. He's like, what are you so smiling? Back to regular one. Here he is, Mopey David.
Now that Lower Decks episode makes sense to be Shaw.
Ha Even that structure, do you see how like it's all angular and stuff? That's the same thing. They used it like they took it exactly as it was.
Hey. So Chekhov does not go crazy after this movie. Does he get that thing removed?
Yeah, he gets it out before
Okay.
the end of the movie.
Okay.
Pin him down, mother. He's, oh gosh, David drives me nuts. He's such a little punk. And he calls his mom mother. I'm sorry. Mother. Anybody that talks about their mom like that and refers to them as mother, I've got issue with you. I'm sorry.
Whoa, I thought Khan was in the Avengers for a second. His necklace.
His pecs are all him. That dude had
dang.
quite the workout regimen for being the age he was for this movie.
Regulation.
You may ask. I love that part. She changed her hairstyle.
Marcus?
Ooh.
Dang. Just hit the side of the monitor.
You're right. You got to AC Slater it. This is what the TV would look like for me when I was trying to watch the Spice Channel. Every now and again, you'd get a little booby come through the screen, but most of the time it was just a bunch of. Pin it to him, mother.
And what is their mission there? Like, what is their directive in this?
What's their directive?
Yes.
To work on the software, the technology
okay.
of the Genesis device. They have the device there.
Sega Genesis?
It does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah. Spock's like, yeah, we got a problem with people not knocking before they come in.
Yeah. Don't interrupt me during my robe time.
This is Spock time. He calling you old. My name is Darth Vader. I come from the planet Vulcan.
This is the second movie. I was just thinking, the first movie, Kirk has to assume command. Second movie, Kirk has to assume command. Just keep the freaking Enterprise.
He's like Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon. They just keep calling him back. He's getting too old for this shit.
I'm kidding. I was going to say.
Oh, dang. Hashtag. Tell him, Spock.
What was he sitting on? It looked like a bench at first, but then he got up and it kind of looked like a toilet. He's like, you really interrupted me at the wrong time. My toilet is not in a separate room. It's just in the room. Thankfully, we don't have the same stupid warp speed animation from the first movie. Let's see it. And also, get rid of that middle part. Thank you.
Oh, my.
So much for the little training course.
Boom. Engage. Hey, Con, we can go anywhere. Why don't we go to Hawaii? Forget Kirk.
Tasks me, and I shall have him. I'll chase him round the moons of Nibia, and round the Antares maelstrom, and round perdition's flames before I give him up.
Yeah. Get him, Con.
You know, I was just thinking, what happened to the rest of the crew of the Reliant?
Good
Like, are they
question.
just in the brig? Did they get killed?
Yeah, I'd say they're dead.
Yeah, we don't even. I mean, I don't even recall if we ever learned that. This upcoming shot where they talk about Genesis and they play that video is the first scene of full CGI ever in a movie.
Oh, dang. I think I remember hearing about that.
Recognize this? From Lower Decks. Here we go. Not this, but coming up. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Spider-Man? Dino DNA.
Here we go. This is the shot.
Oh. I thought that was a Death Star. Here we go. Whoa.
Such a cool shot. This is 1982. Well, even earlier than that, because the movie
Right.
was in production. Who knows how long it took for the visual effects. Like, there are movies that look a lot worse that came out a lot later.
Oh, yeah. Man, that scene just now made me think about how much I loved Carl Urban as McCoy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, such good music.
He's been
They
waiting.
all just hang out next to him. They don't have any, chairs to sit at. They're just like, can I hang out by you?
They've been waiting 15 years for this. Yeah.
This is damn peculiar. God, I just know this movie so well.
Everything is fine over here. How are you? Um,
Oh no! That one guy was using the elevator during the whole thing. It's like, oh man, I picked the wrong time.
Get him, Kirk. He just points at the entire ship. The damage is here.
Yep. Oh my gosh, surrender!
Here it is, shop. The moment.
Oh, will be touched.
Kirk, it's got 16-bit graphics.
We're finding it.
I don't care. Space bifocals. Yeah.
Okay. That "Here It Comes" line was originally delivered in a very sing-songy way by Shatner, and he kept doing it that way. And Nicholas Meyer was like really getting irritated. That's not how he wanted it.
Now, that was a joke in the recent Lower Decks.
Was it?
Somebody was standing too close to the warp core. They brought him in at the very end of the episode.
Oh, yeah, that's
and he looked
right.
like that.
That's right. Why would he bring him up on the bridge? That's what I want to know. I mean, I know he's like his nephew.
Now die.
Here's a great moment for Scotty. He stayed at his post when the others fled.
Dang, Scotty got a arc reactor.
It does look like that, doesn't it? That's my secret. I'm always Iron Man.
That's that model that was upside down.
What's that?
Is that model that was upside down?
Yep, exactly.
Nice. Please leave your name and number.
This is
after the
Enterprise.
beep.
We'll pick you up.
Voicemail.
Sensors.
Man, they do a lot of cleaning.
He's like, what about me? Did you change your hair?
Collar's too big, Captain. It's choking.
Yeah, I
him.
like how the rest of their collars are down, but he popped his like Dracula.
Nice.
It's the same. It's the same jacket. It's just he's like, I'm wearing mine differently. I don't blame him. That collar is mighty cool when it's popped.
Sensors.
Synthostasis. Geoplastics. Now, do you want to explain to me how a rat got on there?
5 goes to space.
Goes way west.
Whoa. That's the way to do it.
She's like, that bitch. Ah.
Yo.
That's code.
Kirk using the iPhone 47 here.
They went back to the flip design. How many years would you say it's been since you've seen this movie?
Let's see. I want to say 09. No, 09 was when the first Chris Pine Star Trek came out, right? Or was that 07? I'm sorry. Star Trek. Yeah, let's just say 2010. So about 12 years.
Hmm. Wait, now his collar is not popped.
Of course I
Meet
know
your
him.
son.
He's me.
Your son just tried to stab you.
Uh, gotcha.
Double cross.
Uh-oh. Here come the sweats. Dang.
You know, there's a lot of people out there that think like Captain Cisco is like one of the first like black captains, but really like Captain Terrell right here, like
Oh, yeah.
this is original series, and there's been black female captains on in Star Trek in these original series episodes too, or I'm sorry, movies.
Yeah.
So Star Trek has always been woke.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't think that, they just aren't paying attention.
Right. Pretty sure that goes back to Roddenberry's, original statements about Star Trek.
Absolutely, right? Infinite diversity and infinite combinations, right?
Yes.
Oh, right.
You headman, go. They stole my stuff.
Here we go. Let's all say it together. Con!
Oh, no. He got pleasure out of that. So the thing in Chekhov just like dropped out. It wasn't even removed.
Yeah, I guess so. Like retreated or something. I
Yeah.
don't
Hey, Chef Boyardee.
know.
Wait a minute.
He just complains and complains and mopes and whines, and he calls his mom mother. There is no redeeming quality of David Marcus.
Mother milkers.
Mother milkers. Now that we're alone,
Want to see
David
my girdle?
needs a younger brother.
Show me your warp core.
Show me your
I'll show you my. I'll give you my space seed.
No, he's not. He's most certainly not like James T. Kirk. Are we expected to believe that David Marcus is 15 years old?
Sounds about right.
The guy looks like he's at least 37.
Yes. But especially for 1982, I'm pretty sure they did that all the time.
Come on, let me show you my cave. He's like, I've been there once before. That's why we have David. Ricardo Montalban, who plays Khan, was actively filming Pleasure Island at the same time as this movie. And the director, Nicholas Meyer, was concerned that he would not be able to kind of get out of his character, Mr. Rourke, from that show.
Yeah.
But I would say he did just fine.
Yeah.
Okay, this is definitely an enhanced scene because I remember the original version. Oh no, that is, yeah. They show that shot and it's clearly a painting. Like it's meant to be like them looking out at like what's happening in the cave, but like the water's not moving.
Right. I was just
the
about to
waterfall
say
is
that.
like
I was like, I was going to say a frozen waterfall.
So, in the I want to say it's 2009, the Chris Pine led Star Trek film, when he's eating an apple during the Kobayashi Maru, that's basically a nod to this
Nice.
scene where he was like eating fruit and like
Nice.
being real cocky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, Star Trek music is so triumphant.
Oh yeah.
So great. So iconic too.
It's the Death Star.
Well, there we have it. Christmas still exists in the 24th century.
Oh yeah.
It's a weird way to put it.
Sauce
This
for the
whole
goose.
Mutara Nebula, where they're like chasing after each other, but their sensors are out, they can't really see what they're shooting at, is directly a send up from the Balance of Terror episode,
Oh,
which had kind of the same idea of two ships trying to take each other out, but having, visual issues and the inability to auto target and stuff like that. And that Balance of Terror episode was sort of reimagined with Strange New Worlds. I forget the name of the episode, but it was awesome, and it was so cool to see that. So this is absolutely inspired by that. Oh, the way he slams the button, he's like, "I'm really gonna give you full power." Mutara Nebula. It's kind of amazing that these two ships would be able to find each other at all
Right.
in this nebula, to be on like the same plane.
Right.
Oh man, that guy got totally burnt. So that death scene right there, I don't know if you caught it, but he dies with his eyes open, and then just before Khan like embraces him, he closes his eyes even though he's already died. He's walking like not like he had something in his ear, but something in his butt. He's like, man, whew, that little thing inside my ear really made this uncomfortable for me to walk around. What do you think about the look of the Reliant?
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
See, I've never really been a big fan of the Reliant look. Just like it's too contained. I think I just like the look of like the Enterprise too much. Having that extra bar across the top.
I feel like there was a ship in Lower Decks that had a similar contained look to it. I can't remember what it was.
Might have been the one from this week. The Texas class.
Ooh. Maybe, yeah. And then I was trying to think, what does the Orville ship look like? Is it
It's more sleek. It's very aerodynamic.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah, I like both actually. But I can see what you're saying about like feels like there's something missing almost.
Mm-hmm.
But you know the TNG Enterprise is like the gold standard when I think about ships. I always like the look of the photon torpedoes.
Me too. Yeah, just big old bright red balls in
Yeah.
space. I love it. When they introduced quantum torpedoes in First Contact,
Ooh.
I was like, oh man, those are sexy.
Ooh-wee.
Wait a minute. I'm a little confused. Didn't unless he hasn't said it yet, Khan is supposed to have some big long thing where he's like, "From hell's heart I stab at thee. For hate's sake I spit my last breath at thee." Like, we haven't heard that.
Yeah.
And then what we heard instead when he was turning the device on, that was something a little different. I wonder if that got changed in the director's cut. If so, I do not like that version. I prefer the original.
Yeah, that's like
Remember.
one of the most iconic parts, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought so. My only guess is maybe he still has yet to say it. Maybe I'm mistaken. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, so I could be mistaken.
What did you think about the Chris Pine Star Trek timeline?
When they basically copied this whole scene,
when they flipped
but
it.
reversed it.
Yeah.
I hated that. I hated it so much because nobody wants that. Nobody wants you to do like a shot for shot remake. It could be its own thing.
Right.
And that was like, I know it was meant to maybe pay homage or be like a tribute or a send up, but it's just too much of a copy. You even had Spock screaming Khan's name,
Right.
which was weird. No, I did not like that. What did you think?
I think at the time, you know what? I might have, now that I think about it, I might have watched that one first and then this. Dang, now they're kind of getting jumbled up in my memory.
Oh, okay. Here it is. Okay, so he does say it.
Yeah.
Hate's sake. Spit my last breath at thee. Yeah, so if you saw the 2009 movie first, that would have really confused this whole thing for you. Oh, he gave her his jacket. They're going steady. My God, Carol. Just look at it.
And what was do you remember what the behind the scenes thing about Leonard Nimoy, like he didn't want to come back or something?
Yeah, he wanted his character to die.
And have
He did
like
not want to come back. But then he had so much fun, apparently, on this movie
Oh, wow.
that he was like, all right, I want to come back for this next one. So they made Star Trek 3. This scene between Kirk and Spock was actually written completely by William Shatner,
Ooh.
including the blocking, everything. The only thing that was different was originally it was conceived with him not being able to actually see Spock. It was more of like an opaque window, so you'd only see his silhouette. And they decided to change it to be transparent, which I think was the better choice because
Yeah.
you need to be able to see the reactions and to see the impact. Because we don't really know how bad Spock is at this point until he walks over. Out of danger.
This is my favorite part of the movie.
Oh, yeah. So, this whole like aspect of Spock dying, that was leaked.
What?
That Spock was going to die, and a lot of people were really upset about it. And so, one of the ways that they had sort of fixed this so that the audience wouldn't be aware of like Spock's dying is they added that Kobayashi Maru sequence to the beginning of the movie.
Ooh.
And Spock dies in that. And so the audiences all thought, oh, this is the Spock death scene. So now they're like feeling like, oh, he's going to be okay. He's fine.
Yeah.
And then they said, shocker, he does actually die in this. But the test audiences did not like the fact that Spock died. So Harv Bennett added the shot of the mind meld where he mind melts with McCoy and he says, remember. That's a voiceover. That he didn't actually say that. That was all done in post. And then there's this long tracking shot that happens at the end with the Genesis planet, and Spock's casket is on the planet, which we'll see in a moment here. That was added to in basically, of course, hint at Spock could return, that he could come back. What a great moment right here with the bagpipes and everything.
Yes.
This shot that they have of the torpedo that had Spock's body soft landing on the Genesis planet, that was put together, as I mentioned, by Harv Bennett and like a small camera crew, and they did it like super, super fast because of the test audiences not liking it. But because the original ending of the film was Spock just died, like that was it. And they considered it too much of a downer ending. that they added that extra scene in there. But Nicholas Meyer, the director, was not happy about that because he wanted the original ending. He was so peeved that that's why he didn't come back for Star Trek 3.
Oh, dang.
But clearly they must have mended things because he's back for 4 and back for 6. Mother said I should apologize.
Boy's best friend is his mother.
How about a hug? Don't get too attached. That's from A Tale of Two Cities.
Ooh.
Just in case anyone isn't aware. This movie originally had a different title. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not.
Factor. The working title for this movie was The Vengeance of Khan.
Ooh.
But it was changed because it was deemed too similar to Return of the Jedi, which was originally called Revenge of the Jedi.
Star Trek II, Khan Boogaloo.
Electric Khan Boogaloo.
Yeah.
There we go. The Wrath of Khan. Wow, we did it.
Excellent.
While this is finishing up, I'm looking at some trivia. We were talking a little bit about Kirstie Alley.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, apparently she was a big time fan of the original series. And she was super duper excited to play alongside Leonard Nimoy. She was actually apparently doing very well in like auditions for the Vulcan characteristics. And that got her the role.
Oh.
But she didn't come back, as we've mentioned, for Search for Spock or Voyage Home. And some sources, as far as like why she didn't come back, some sources claim that she chose not to return because she was afraid of being typecast as a science fiction actress, while other sources claim that her agent demanded too much money without her knowledge or approval.
Dang.
Hence her being replaced by Robin Curtis.
Dang.
It reminds me of the replacement actress for Jennifer in Back to the Future.
Right.
Same thing. Although I kind of preferred Elizabeth Shue anyways.
Mm-hmm. And it was funny, as a kid, I never even noticed the difference. And then as an adult, when I was watching, I was like, man, these are completely different actors. They look nothing alike.
So, all right. So let's think ahead. So we've got Star Trek 3, Search for Spock. That one we're going to plan on it being out on December 1st.
Ooh.
This episode will be out on November 1st. Have you seen Star Trek 3?
I have never seen that in my life.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's, you know what then? It's kind of ironic that I mentioned Back to the Future, because both Back to the Future and Star Trek 3 feature Christopher Lloyd.
Oh, man.
Christopher Lloyd plays a Klingon and the main villain of Star Trek 3.
What?
Yeah.
Dang.
So that's going to be fun to watch. And I mean, I'm not spoiling anything by saying this, that Star Trek 3 is not good. I mean, it has its moments. There are some good scenes here and there, but largely as a movie, it's not great.
I'm looking.
But if anything, it'll give us a lot to talk about.
Yeah. It had a bigger...
I definitely...
Oh, I was going to say it had a bigger budget, but it made less at the box office.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Their budget for Wrath of Khan was, I think, only like 11 million or something like that. Which was a lot lower than they were asking for. It was probably about half what they were asking for. And, they had to use a lot of... Because of that, they had to use a lot of recycling stuff from the first movie, which, it worked. Obviously, this movie is a huge success.
I wonder why, because the first movie on a $44 million budget, it made $139 million. So I wonder why such a big difference for the second film to go from 44 million to 12 million, 11 million.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah. Not sure. But definitely this was a far better viewing experience than the first movie.
Oh yeah. It's crazy the difference when the pacing is not at a glacial pace, when the action keeps moving, the plot keeps moving, and you don't pause for 30 minutes to look at the Enterprise. Very different.
Oh, well, I loved this. Thank you so much, Captain Vactor, for joining me on this voyage as we continue to comment through the filmography of Star Trek. It's just so fun to get a chance to watch these movies again, because I don't know how often I would just let myself sit down and watch a Star Trek movie. Us being busy dads.
Right.
Unless you make the time for something, it doesn't happen.
That is 100%.
Yeah, so this is really nice to have this opportunity to rewatch and also rewatch together, because there's something in that camaraderie that of experiencing something at the same time. So
Yes.
we hope that you'll feel that same thing when you're watching the movie with us. So
100%.
credits have rolled. We're gonna go ahead and get some rest, because it's 11 o'clock where I am. Is it 11 o'clock where you are right now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, but we are very excited to bring you this commentary, and please look forward to next month's movie, which is going to be Star Trek 3.
Yeah.
Search for Spock. Anyways, with that in mind, everyone, please take care of yourselves and each other, and live long and prosper.